How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Grip Lock, Foundation Disc Golf's weekly podcast. I'm Hunter, joined by Trevor and Cy today. No Connor, but don't worry.
Con's empty couch.
We're still going to have Con's couch. I looked up a fun fact.
Oh.
Yeah.
We were supposed to get Con's retribution today.
I also have his. I'll read his
Okay.
retribution as well. So I'll defend Connor, and I'll do a fact today, and we'll see if I get corrected as well.
That's part of the tradition.
But before we get into today's episode, I got to let you know about something super exciting happening this weekend, which you already know, Black Friday. Let me run you through everything we have going on over at FoundationDisc.com for this Black Friday weekend. So first off, discounts. We have 15% off all discs site-wide and a deal section that's going to have crazy deals. We're talking probably up to like 40 to 50% off certain discs. So you can check out 15% off all discs and the deal section, 20% off all apparel. Discounts are going to be live Thursday in the app, Foundation Disc Golf app. Just search it on the Google Play or your App Store. And then Friday over on the site. And then, starting at 5 p.m. on Friday, first thing we've got going on is the first $250 orders over $70 will get a custom-stamped ESP Buzz thrown in their order for free as a thank you. Also, dropping at 5 p.m. on Black Friday, we have the best mystery boxes we've ever done. We're debuting 8 new custom stamps in these things, including 3 new personality discs. And the hunt is on for the legendary Fused Buzz. That is a glow confetti top Z jawbreaker swirl fused rim bottom.
Sick.
And there's also a hunt for the one-of-one gold foil buzzsaw. Only one exists in there. And at 5, we also have a restock on the Trevor Cash, the Connor Shaman, the Sky Bros P2X, and the first online release ever of the USDGC collab plastic color glow Hunter Bird. And on top of all of that, we also have brand new personality jerseys. So find all of that at FoundationDiscs.com this Friday.
It's the Super Bowl.
Yeah. We're stoked. The mystery boxes, I'm telling you,
They're going to be sick.
It is insane. It's insane. Oh, and they're $5 cheaper than last year. So we took all the feedback from last year. We said, hey, we really need to lean into this thing. We need to make sure we make these better than ever. All of the discs were ordered for this. Like I said, we're debuting 8 new custom stamps in these things. And we said, you know what? While we're at it, let's shave $5 off the top. The rest of the world's getting more expensive. Frick that. Foundation's getting cheaper.
And our Black Friday drops start on Black Friday, too.
Correct.
We believe in tradition here.
What are you doing, guys? I mean, what? Next thing you know, we're going to be having Black Friday in August.
I was actually impressed because I think I saw Walmart starts like tomorrow.
And I respect that.
I was like, you know what? They at least made it to the right week.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these companies, they're like, hey, it's Friday and it's in November. Why not?
It's wild. It's wild. But no, we stick with it. We're sticking to our guns. Friday, Black Friday. Be there, FoundationDisc.com. All right, Con's Couch. Let's actually start with the correct. So, Con's Couch, if you remember, it started off with...
It opened up with a banger.
The red Envy. The reason the red was the red cool, different, blah, blah, blah. Right? Then we found out the next week that's not true. And so then the same source actually came through and said if Con needs some closure, his Envy was among the last made by third-party MVP used to use before bringing production in-house. That company used older injection molders and didn't regulate the process regarding things like cooling and humidity well. So in many cases, especially drivers, the noses on those discs dropped, actually making them more understable intended.
I didn't know they ever had a third party.
That's why there's so much uproar when discs started. Well, I think MVP stood for Maple Valley Plastic, which I believe was the plastic manufacturer they originally used, which was, I think, their dad's plastic manufacturing company. So I believe that's what it was.
Okay.
And then they eventually
third party, but they probably brought the same tech over.
But they brought it in-house to control, because I'm sure making a disc is obviously much more precise than making a Tupperware container. Or what? I don't know what they're making there, but you know what I'm saying.
Man, Tupperware's got.
Well, if Tupperware's parting line high rises or lowers,
it's not going to
affect the stability.
But what about the seal?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if they're making Tupperware.
There's nothing worse than having a lid that feels like it should fit and it just quite doesn't. You get 3 corners down and you want to throw it.
Most of the time, though, that's from it going in the dishwasher.
It is.
And it's shrunk.
That parting line, man.
Anyways, that's why there was so much uproar when discs started coming out of Marlette, because now MA3s couldn't flip their 13-speed octanes, and it was obviously the discs and MVP's fault. But in a rare twist, those Envies came out much more overstable, making them highly sought after. So there you go.
I don't like MA3 catching a stray there.
That was interesting. But, yeah. Anyways, so is it have anything to do with the red color, which was Connor's whole point of his fun fact? No. But where Con felt closure was the fact that there is a reason his disc's more overstable.
There's a reason.
So we at least put a bow on that.
For now.
Now, my fun fact for this week, and since Con's not here, comes from Isaac Sam 98 over on Reddit.
Okay.
And it's that the Discraft Cruiser was the fastest disc in disc golf for over a decade. So here's the story. In 1987, it was an important year in the evolution of disc design. The important molds like the Aviar Driver, the Classic Rock, and Stingray all came out during that year.
So this would have been a 12-speed.
Alongside innovative discs like the Lightning B17. Surprisingly, the most innovative disc approved that year may have been the Discraft Cruiser, and people hated it. Imagine this. Before 1987, the fastest disc you could get your hands on was the Innova Aero, which was a large diameter putter that relied more on glide for its distance than speed. The Discraft Cruiser, by comparison, and composition is a modern fairway driver. It's a small diameter disc, a 7-speed, 4 speeds faster than the Aero, and with a low modern profile.
Oh, it came out in 87.
87.
Okay, that's where I was confused.
Most discs back then were designed for distance most discs designed for distance were large with lots of dome. These discs could have a hard time being classified as a mid-range, let alone a driver in today's catalog. The Cruiser, on the other hand, would feel familiar to modern-day drivers because it resembled a lot of modern fairways today, with its closest comparison being a Latitude 64 Diamond. You may be wondering, if the Cruiser was so revolutionary, why do people hate it? Well, it was too revolutionary. The plastic of the 80s simply could not support a sharp modern disc like the Cruiser, and they became uselessly understable packer than a starter pack DX Leopard. Also, the Cruiser was designed to be very understable initially, so it really had no chance to survive more than 5 throws before becoming truly useless. Discraft tried to remodel the Cruiser in 1988 with the Cruiser Windstar, and again in 89 with just the Windstar, but just like the Cruiser, both of these did not fare well against trees. In 1991, the Cruiser was already a distant memory for Discraft, and I'm lucky enough to own a pristine Cruiser, and it does feel like a PDGA-approved disc in 2015. However, the plastic Discraft used for the Cruiser was on par with the plastic used by Franklin discs in their starter pack. Even though the disc was in perfect condition with 45 degrees of hyzer, the Cruiser still turns into a roller with full power throw. It would take until 1998 for a successful 7-speed to be released, namely the Discraft XL. So for 11 years, the Cruiser was the fastest disc in the world, and no one cared one bit.
This is so interesting because if they imagine if they had just managed to create an overstable 7-speed, how much would they have accelerated disc designing? Because there would have been a speed race all of a sudden.
How much would Discraft have taken over market share of disc golf?
Because if I get it, right, if you get this thing in your hand and it's usefully flippy, you're like, what's the point of this? It doesn't go nearly as far as my rock.
Yeah.
But if that thing had flexed out and gone far, they'd been like, oh my gosh. And I also never really thought of it this way, but it is funny to think that a reason it probably took drivers so long to catch on was just the fact that the plastic was so less durable, so they would take way more damage when hitting trees than anything blunt.
Yeah, well, because the sharper the rim, the more easily the parting line would have been bent down, so the more it would be affected by stability.
It's like a knife's edge. And so, that makes sense to being like, I can have these mids and putters that keep their lines way longer versus a driver. If I hit one rock, it might fly different the next time I throw it. So I never thought of it that way. That's fascinating.
I also do think it's interesting that
I want to get my hands on one of these Cruisers.
He was talking that for speed for distance back then, their initial thought was increase the dome. So they were just like, oh, this will help it stay in the air longer.
Yeah.
So that's how it'll go farther.
Instead of through the air.
Cut through the air, reduce the dome.
Well, they had already cut it down from an Ultra Star to this. They were like, it can't get any sharper, surely.
I know, it's fascinating.
We've found the limit.
Yeah, it's crazy to take a look back to the 80s.
If you take me back in time to the 80s and I hand those guys like a Z-Flex Jawbreaker nuke or something, they would have burned me at the stake, I think. They'd be like, it's like filling up their whole hand. They're like, where's the dome? How can this go anywhere? Or like a Nuke OS. They just broke them. They'd have been like, it doesn't go anywhere. I'm like, you gotta
throw it
chop
a little
over
harder.
forehand.
You ever heard a little Anheuser, buddy?
Yeah. Anheuser wasn't a real shot back then.
Not really, no, because you just threw things on. Because if you threw it on Anheuser, most stuff would roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Off-season rumor and news time. We have a little bit more fuel to the Aaron Gossage leaving Discraft fire. So this comes from the registration for the Memorial Championship. Ooh. So what's interesting here is the Memorial Championship is a big A tier, used to be a national tour, used to be the national kickoff event. It's been presented by Discraft forever, still presented by Discraft. And if you look at the registration list, you will notice that there's a lot of big names registered, per usual. Colton Montgomery, Gannon Burr's registered, and you'll notice Aaron Gossage is registered.
Oh my!
But what you'll also notice is you have Zach Wysocki registered, right? So obviously the Wysockis are playing, and you'll notice there's a big chunk of about 6 Discraft exemptions in the middle there. So the names missing that usually play: Anthony Barella, Adam Hammez, Ricky Wysocki. not registered yet, but you see the chunk of Discraft exemptions. Aaron Gossage not using one of the Discraft exemptions to get in this event.
Very juicy stuff, Hunt.
So
very
this was
juicy.
DM'd to me on Instagram,
Dude,
so I cannot take credit for this.
People are just digging, man. Because like, I wouldn't have figured this out.
That is very interesting because I was looking, I was like, okay, well, you see, like there. Maybe other players just haven't registered yet. All of that, but I was like,
is there not a singular?
There's not a single other Elite Series Discraft player on here.
That's pretty.
Really, I don't think there's other Discraft player. Zach Wysocki might be on Team Discraft, but that's the thing that's condemning to me is Zach Wysocki's registered, meaning Rick's for sure playing this event. He's in Arizona. Why is his name not on the list?
Here's another
question. If his brother's registered.
Is there any Sully or Radalin on that list?
No. Parker Welk is.
Do Sully or Radalin ever play this event?
Oh, Parker Welk's DD. Yeah. I don't know if they do.
I'm asking because if they did, which I don't think they do either.
I don't think
if they did, that could be an interesting little
2025.
Well.
Sully started it in Waco.
Yeah, I doubt either of them do.
And Cole Radalin started his in Waco.
Okay.
So no.
Nothing doing.
But the big ones are just like the guys that always play this: the AB, the Adam James, Ricky Wysocki, Paul Ulibarri. Like, there's not 6 Discraft names that straight come to mind for MPO. So you would think if Gossage was still going to be on the Elite Series team, he would have just used a Discraft exemption in here.
You would
that they have. Obviously, that's not. He could still be on Team Discraft and just not doing it. But very interesting that all the other Discraft Elite team members not on the list, just Discraft exemptions.
I love this. I forget how this works every year where we do this disc golf thing where we're only in the end of November now, and by the time we get to the end of the year, we'll basically know who all is leaving and where they're going, but we have to wait till January 1st for all these announcements because it doesn't actually happen. It's funny that their contracts run through year's end when it really doesn't make a lot of sense to, but yeah. Anyhow.
So there you go. We'll see if Aaron Gossage is actually on the move, but signs are starting to point there. Okay, this is huge news for the disc golf world, for the Grip Lock podcast.
We got to figure out where we take credit in this.
But
I feel like we earned some kind of credit.
With this announcement, there's also more confusion. Let me walk you through it all. So the PDGA posted this really last Monday after Grip Locked, but what was funny is when it came out, Cloudflare, is that what it technically is? I always called it Cloudflare, and
that's what we were told.
Whatever the web hosting was down, so you couldn't read it. So we actually live reacted to this on the off-season podcast, but the PDGA has announced that the European Open returns. So essentially, this is the statement from Doug Bierkes, PDGA's executive director. Using the European Open name for the new major the PDGA Europe will be managing was always our first choice. The name has the richest history of all the various European majors that have been hosted over the years, and it's the name that's been used most often since the PDGA awarded the major designation to events in Europe. You might be thinking, Hunter, you must have wrote this. I'm not. I didn't. But I would have said word for word all of this.
It is crazy.
At one point in the process,
probably did.
Yeah. At one point in the process of determining the name for European major moving forward, we had reasons to believe that the European Open option was not going to be available. When an arrangement was offered that met the parameters both the PDGA Global and the PDGA Europe required, it was an easy decision to adapt the name for the major moving forward. So this answers a few questions. We'll get into how this deal came about later, but this answers who I should have been upset at historically was Discmania, House of Disc, Latitude 64, not the PDGA. Because that was my big question.
It is, I will start by saying, it is at least reassuring that they aren't completely dumb, because it's believable that yes, they wanted to use that name. They could make that up and say we didn't know until people got mad about it, but I believe them that they would have wanted to use the European Open name first. That's pretty obvious.
So let me find where this the deal is in here.
I mean, he was just listening to Grip Lock and he was like, "Oh, we should have thought of that."
So what's interesting here is, in an effort to preserve history, the original European PDGA major, Discmania, has agreed to license the European Open branding to the PDGA through a 5-year agreement. During this term, the European Open will be the marquee event in Europe as the MPO-FPO Continental Major. The formerly announced PDGA Europa Cup will be tabled for later use by PDGA Europe. So we're not out of the woods yet, and this raises a new set of questions, right? Because what didn't happen here is the PDGA still doesn't own European Open.
Now, Hunter, I can smell a business opportunity. Do you smell it? We need to steal the Europa Cup. It sounds like in 5 years we're due for a paycheck.
That's funny.
That's what it sounds like to me.
That's funny.
5 years, be like, oh, we got the Europa Cup. Sorry, guys.
But anyways, so Discmania has agreed to license the European Open, which that's a lie because Discmania doesn't own the European Open, as you'll find in a second. But anyways, the House of Disc has agreed to license the European Open branding to the PDGA through a 5-year agreement. So what's interesting here is this is where, like, I'm happy to have the European Open back. I don't know if the PDGA made the full right move, mainly because I think the PDGA could have got on the good graces of the people if they just came out and said,
told us,
here's the deal. We wanted to use the name the European Open. We approached House of Discs, and they said, you can't use it unless you pay us. And we said, that's not a good use of membership funds, so we created the Europa Cup.
Yeah.
And then that would have been, everyone would have just been like, some people might have been like, the PGA should just pay them whatever. Most people would have been like, why is the House of Discs just forcing them not to do it?
Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, we obviously were the first ones to say we want this name back.
Yes.
But using member funds to buy a name is already kind of silly. Had they bought the rights outright forever in perpetuity,
sure,
then you could at least be like, well, the name is secure, the history is secure. The idea that we could lose it anyways after 5 years if the price isn't right is like, it seems a little silly. I don't know.
Now, remember, historically, what I always said was, I don't get why the PDGA can't just use the European Open name. I cannot find where it's trademarked, right? I have said that for several weeks, and it was true. So one more time, this got announced, and I said, let me go see if it's trademarked. And what do you know? November 17th, the European Open trademark was published by the owner, Latitude64, which obviously House of Discs. So that's where Discmania is not leasing it. Latitude64.
It's so awesome.
But what's fascinating about this, and now here's what I need to preface this. I do not know trademark law. Okay, so what I'm about to say is just me understanding what I'm reading, because when I looked at this, I cannot find where this existed prior to their application. Their application was received by the European Union Trademark Office, essentially, on Halloween this year, 10/31/2025. The Europa Cup was announced the 22nd. So when you start piecing that together, now, one thing I did is I was like, well, what's a trademark that would have existed forever in Europe, right? And my first one I came up was Nike, the Nike logo. Mm-hmm. So I searched the Nike logo on this same database, and I can trace it back to 1996. Where it basically was like, because it's about to expire in 2026, so they're going to have to renew. Yeah. But it seems that when it renews, it's like a new filing. It doesn't, because what I wasn't sure of is like,
is there a previous
Is it like it just eliminates it from history and it's like, oh, this is now the new date of receipt? No. And like, but.
Good research.
Considering Nike has 1996, and then when it expired, there's another one, it expired, another one. Unless, the only thing I don't know is maybe Nike does it a different way for some reason. And this one was renewed. I don't know. But what's also weird is this would have had to change hands because this would have originally been owned by Spin18/Innova.
Yeah.
And it's now owned by Latitude64. So I would imagine that would create a separate filing. Because I don't think, again, all of that is speculation. Well, I don't know the answer to the law here, but I have reason to believe that this trademark didn't exist before 10/31/2025, and why I couldn't find it is it wasn't published to the public until 7 days ago, November 17th.
Well, there's a math
which also
question.
happens to be the date the PDGA announced the European Open returns.
There's a math question here. It's how much does it cost? Oh, there's an empty couch. That's funny. How much does it cost to trademark this? 10 to 20,000 probably. And then how much can we get the PDGA to pay us over 5 years? Probably more than $10,000 to $20,000.
Well, let me see how much a trademark costs in Europe. I don't know.
Because, I mean, I'm sure it can't be much different.
Trademark your brand name for $39.
I'm going to say that one's not going to hold up.
$39 to register your
trademark.
We've
talked about that. About
the basic European fee is $850 for the online application.
That's the application? You just have to apply. I thought it was a more expensive price. It is in the U.S.
In the U.S. to get a lawyer to do it, it's like $8,000.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know. In Europe, it might be less.
Well, then in any case, it was a no-brainer for them to go get it if it was cheaper.
Okay, here you go. I had a quote. How much should I be paying to register a trademark? I had a quote for $1,000 to $1,600 for a national trademark, and $3,000 for international. So it seems like $1,500.
Yeah. So in any case,
euros. So $2,000.
I'm just telling you. Here's another way. Innova could. Here's a game, I guess. if the PDGA were to release the number they're paying just to try and get in people's good graces, how low would the number have to be for you to be like, you know what, great deal, like good for you guys? How low would the number need to be?
Well, my problem is it's for 5 years, because the problem that we're now backing into on this side of the coin, which again, it's weird. It's weird because I was team the PDGA needs to use European Open.
The price is only going to go up.
But the problem is, I'm never team. We need to lease the name European Open from a third-party entity, because we're going to create We're going to create 5 more years of history.
That's what I'm saying.
And make it harder to leave.
At the end of the next 5 years, they're going to go, man, last 5 years have been great for the history of this tournament.
We're going to make it harder to leave. And then the whole control is in House of Discs.
And answer,
so like,
riddle me this.
I mean, I don't know.
Like, 5 years is one thing. How about after 30 years goes by and they're like,
$10 million.
The price is $10 million. Oh, you don't want it? You lose your entire history. Like, what do you do? But
so this is the story that I'm starting to paint in my head, is it must have been like off-season planning for the European major. PDGA is like, hey, we want to use the European Open
Maybe
major.
Lease to own.
And they're like, hey, you can't do that. We're filing for a trademark. Hence why the 22nd Europa Cup's announced. They're like, fine, we're not going to do it, whatever. And then Latitude 64 is like, let's get our trademark stuff in order, and then we'll present the business plan to them once we actually have something they can sign, because right now we don't own it. So it's like a, show of hand we don't have type situation.
Yeah.
Again, none of that's public, so I don't even have reason to believe any of that's true. I'm just like trying to put the puzzle pieces together.
Speculate
to where it's like, okay, then 1031 we've actually filed, so now we tell them like, hey, if you want it, this is our deal. And the PGA is like, oh, for 5 years we can do it? Let's do it. Everyone's all upset about the Europa Cup. And it's like, well, again, the reason I was upset with the Europa Cup is I didn't think the European Open was trademarked, which, judging by the data I have currently, I think I was right.
I'm being like, hey, 5 years from now, I probably won't even be a board member.
True. But that's where I'm thinking is like, I think the PDGA felt the pressure of like, no one likes the Europa Cup, everyone wants the European Open, so let's make the decision to give them what they want. Great, but they didn't see, like, there was another way out of, they could have just said, hey guys, this is why we can't, is because Latitude 64 and Discmania refuses to give us the rights to this name, and we need to just own it outright, and if they won't give us the rights, we have to use the Europa Cup. We agree European Open's better. If they ever want to come to the table about us owning the name, we'd be happy to talk, but until then, Europa Cup it is. Yeah. And I would have been like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Why is House of Discs being so stingy?
Tune into Grip Locked November of 2030, and you'll get the conclusion to this epic saga.
Yeah, because I think that's the...
They're probably like, these Grip Locked guys won't even be around to rant on us in 5 years from now.
We will. We'll be right here. Probably a different studio, knowing our timetables.
Yeah, probably in the Empire State Building by then.
But yeah, I do think that's the only tough part here is I'm very excited the European Open's back. Not so excited the idea that the PDGA still doesn't own the name, so they still have no control over the tournament. In regards to like, we're going to create 5 years of history, which is going to be great, and then Latitude 64 is going to be like, that $500 you paid us a year as like good graces, it's now $10,000 if you wanted to go to year 6.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to choose to forget this happened and just enjoy the European Open for like 4 years, and then the last year I can be like, what's going to happen?
Because it is. You're at the maybe PDGA is the smart one here, because maybe they're saying we've seen the books. House of Disc won't be around in 5 years.
Oh,
and we can just get it for way cheaper.
Good point.
So maybe the PDGA is playing a different long ball.
I like that.
I don't know.
I like that.
I don't know.
It's a waiting game.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But hey, 5 years of the European Open. The Europa Cup is tabled.
5 more years.
There you go. 5 seasons in a movie. I think that was the Community was like however many seasons in a movie. But anyways, there you go. European Open, not back in the fashion we thought it might come back, but it's back, baby. It's back. Still better than Europa Cup. And hey, you know what? If you don't want to pay for the European Open name, don't pay your membership fee.
Good point.
There you go.
I'm
At least it's not like taxes where like you don't have a choice and you might not like where it goes.
I'm currently
At least
not
this, you do have a choice.
To the European Open right now. Not
same thing. If you don't like paying for ratings every year, you don't have to pay your membership fee. So
that's a good point.
Now with that, you won't get all the benefits a member gets, so you won't.
Is anybody in the business of bootleg membership cards?
You will have to pay extra for tournament entries, and you won't be able to play certain levels of events and all of that. But hey, if that's a stance you're willing to take it by all means. You also won't be able to run tournaments. So
well, that's It's such a joy.
It's it's necessary evil. All right, it's time for the fan favorite segment, Trevor's Trivia. Right after these messages.
All right. Got a fun one today, suggested via email via Michael Jort.
Oh, Jort! I love Jort.
Michael Jordan?
Not
Michael
Jordan.
Jort. All right, Saz, you can join in here. Basically, the way this game works is I'm going to be naming some monuments in a building, but like tall monument / buildings.
Okay.
And you are going to be giving me.
God!
You are going to then try to
rammed my
name
knee into the table leg.
a disc golf hole that is as close in length as this thing is in height as possible. Now, obviously, this is very difficult, so I'm going to give you between the two. You guys can do this as a team.
Okay.
Because this is going to be a very hard game. Yeah.
I have no height reference for anything.
I'm going to give you. Well, here's what I'm going to give you a reference.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you guys establish a reference. So I have a list of 4 things. I will allow you to pick a building or monument, and I'll tell you if it's on the list and you can't have it. And I will give you the height so you have something to use as reference.
Well, like there's certain that buildings are just too tall that no disc golf hole is that tall. Is that long, right? So I think let's I feel like a good point of reference will be the Washington Monument.
The Washington Monument is on the list.
So I can't use that one?
Cannot use it.
Oh, frick. I feel like another good point of reference would be the Gateway Arch.
Also on the list.
Okay.
The ones that you know
what's
are
the
probably
Empire
the ones
State
on the list.
Building?
Well, Empire
also on
State
the list.
Building.
Oh.
That's 3 of the 4 on the list.
Okay.
Only missing one. It's the most
we're good at
popular
this
one.
list.
Okay. Then let's go with.
I'll just tell you the last one's the Statue of Liberty. So don't name that one.
Well, I'm trying to think
Anything
of
else
something
will work.
that's like when I think of how tall that building is, I'm like, yeah, that's about the same height as some of those things.
Yeah.
Let's just go. What's another big building size?
Oh, the Space Needle.
Space Needle.
Well, do we know how? But how big is that in reference to any of those items?
In Toronto.
Isn't Trevor going to tell us?
Well, no, he's not going to tell us. He's going to give us the height of the
that
Space
thing.
Needle. We have to figure out like how much is the Empire State Building taller, and by how much in the Space Needle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, knowing the Empire State Building is there. You
need a
could
building
just go for
that we
another
know.
building.
That's what I'm saying. What's a building in
pretty
New
well.
York that's very close to the height of the Empire State Building?
What's the building with the ball on it?
In Times Square?
Yeah.
I have no idea. That's a great building, though, if you can think of the name.
Yeah. I don't know.
Trev, we want to know the height of that building.
What building?
With the
height of
ball on it?
You guys don't know
with
the
the
name of
ball
any
on
other
it.
buildings in New York?
Nope.
Well, you know the name of one building in New York. Pretty famous building.
The World Trade Center?
There.
But
They rebuilt that. It's one
But
big
did they
building now.
rebuild it to the same? I want to know the height of the original World Trade Center.
You want to know? That's what you're choosing? The height of the original World
Yeah,
Trade
because
Center?
I think that's going to be closer to the Empire State
Which
Building.
one? Which building?
Either tower. Both they're twin
Okay.
towers for a reason, Trev.
Height
Aren't they
of
twins?
Yes.
Because I think when they rebuilt it, they could have built it bigger, and I don't want to know. Modern buildings are bigger than the Empire State Building.
Okay. So the height of the original Twin Towers, those stood at 1,368 feet.
Okay, so I think that's a good reference.
The other
Empire
one was
State Building's around there.
1,362 feet. So meet in the middle.
Empire State Building's going to be around there, Si, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we begin? So I'm going to give you guys, there's 4 of these, and I'm going to give you a margin of error of 100 feet on each one.
100 feet? I don't think I'll be within 300 on
I'm going to
any.
give you 150 feet
Okay.
on each one.
Okay.
I want to make it like, very impressive if you did it. I think it's a very hard game. So that would give you a total of 600 feet to play with here.
Jeez. We're going to lose that on one thing.
No, I think given
For
your
sure.
given
The
your
first one's
given your
gonna tell a
reference,
lot
I don't
here.
think you will. I think you'll have a chance to do okay. Okay, your first one is going to be the Gateway Arch. So
Okay,
you can
the
name a disc
Gateway
golf hole you
Arch.
think is a similar distance.
I've seen it
What is the Gateway Arch?
in St. Louis.
St. Louis, namesake of
The
Gateway
arch,
Discs.
the like big.
The big
Oh,
arch.
the
Downtown
big
St.
arch.
Louis.
You've surely seen it.
Yeah. No, I
Oh, you haven't been to
seen
St. Louis?
Can't you go up in it? I think you can.
I think you can as well.
I'm gonna say, Si, that I think that's probably like 300-ish feet.
300 feet tall?
I think so, because it's tall, but it's not like Empire State Building tall. Like it's like they wouldn't let people up in that thing if it was but so high.
Yeah.
So
But also, like, you can go to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
But that's a building. Oh, it's not. Good call. Good call. But also, how tall is the Eiffel Tower?
Not sure. Not on my list.
I don't know.
Like, surely I've never seen it in person, so
I've never seen it in person.
I like
Eiffel Tower could have been an interesting.
I like
reference.
300-ish feet. I like 300-ish feet. So now we just had any disc golf hole that's that? Or it has to be on the Pro
Any
Tour?
disc golf hole. Yeah, you can use local ones if you need to.
Yeah, what's a 300-foot hole?
Well, how far is hole 12 at New London? I don't know.
Goes right to a new course.
Well,
Oh,
no, hole
hole
12 is the
Oh,
same hole.
it's the same hole.
I'm just trying to think of like a 300-ish foot hole.
That's 300-ish.
I feel like it might be shorter, but I throw a mid pretty hard there. We'll go hole 12, New London.
So hole 12 in New London is 335 feet.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
I don't hate that. I don't
Yeah,
hate that.
The
that's
Gateway
good.
Arch is 630 feet.
Oh.
Yeah, see, this game's not gonna go well.
I actually thought you had very good reasoning for that guess, and I was thinking, like, yeah, that seems like a guess I would have rattled off there. But, hey, you have another reference point as well,
Yeah,
though, now.
yeah, we have another reference.
So you-
We're not gonna
That's
do good. The only one we might have a chance at is the Empire State Building
No,
because we at least
we're
have
gonna
another
get
building.
one.
Your
We're gonna
next,
get one of these.
your next one is the Washington Monument.
Well, if the Gateway Arch is 600 feet, I'm gonna say it's got to be close to it because I've been in person. They felt both about the same. So
Okay.
Wait, you've been to the Arch?
yeah.
We saw the
okay.
Arch. We drove in
Well,
there.
no, I went and like stood under it.
Oh, you've been
with
you've been like close to
yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. I don't have it. I'm terrible. It's really hard to judge how tall something is.
Sure is.
It's nearly impossible.
Go a little. Well, we know it's what 600 feet.
That's what the arch was.
So go like 700.
I think it's a little taller.
Probably a little
Okay,
taller.
so we need a 700-foot hole. So we got to think of some par fours. What's a 700-foot hole
What's hole 6?
at New
Yeah,
London?
yeah,
The
what
new
is that
hole 6.
now?
I have no idea. That feels about right. Let's just do hole 6, New London.
Okay.
Trev,
Ev?
new hole 6
new holes
or new hole 3.
Wait,
Sorry,
okay,
three.
I was like, guys,
3.
You know what we meant,
hole 3.
Trev.
Yeah,
Come on.
Hole 3 is 799 feet.
Okay.
Oh,
The
okay.
Washington Monument is 555 feet.
I mean, come on. It's just this game. We're not gonna get it.
Well, once again, you had the right train of thought, and then Silas
We're within
Silas screwed you
150
over.
there, right?
What? 244 feet away.
Oh.
Yeah.
We went
Wrong way.
over. and
Wrong
over.
way.
You basically need to go pretty flawless here, but I'll give you Empire State Building next. This is what you had to remember. Your reference was 1,300 feet.
So I'm gonna say like
1360.
1250. So let's just do hole 6 at New London because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1250 is the exact height of the Empire State.
Got it within 5 feet. Come
let's
on.
Go.
And 1, 2, 3, 4 obviously
5.
is correct.
1, 2,
It's
3,
par
4,
5.
5. Oh, you're right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's not 12,000 feet.
You're right. You're right.
So what is that? 16 feet there. So wait. Okay, I think.
Wait.
That might have
So
put
I
us
we're
think
over there.
back.
no, you're still
We're
there.
back.
We're
Right.
alive.
295 plus 244.
We're alive.
plus
Unfortunately, that's the only one we're gonna get.
this is the last one though.
What's the next
You're
one?
at,
Yeah, there's
okay.
one more.
There's everything to play for here.
Statue of
You
Liberty.
are at 555 feet, so you get 45 more feet,
Oh no.
and the Statue of Liberty.
it's tall.
You know what? I'm be honest. I think the Statue of Liberty is 1,200 feet tall. I don't
Yeah.
know why that number's in my head. So I think we go. Can we use the same hole again?
No.
Come on, let us, Trev, for the electricity of the game.
All right, sure, I'll let you.
I want to go hole 6 again.
Statue of Liberty is 150 feet
No!
What?
tall. 1,200 feet. You thought as tall as the Empire State.
I just remember, I remember there was some fact about it's so much bigger than you think it is.
Oh, no, I guess it's, well, 150 feet is tall, but like you got to remember that this was a gift from the French in like the 1700s or 1800s.
I know.
Like the Empire
it
State.
was?
What is
yeah.
that? Well, first off,
The
Scott, come on,
Statue of
you gotta
Liberty
know that.
was?
Yeah.
But why does that have to do with the height?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know
It was
that.
originally golden
Yeah.
as well.
What does that have to do with the height, though?
Like there's only so big you can make things back. Like the Empire State
Yeah,
Building is a modern
sure.
marvel.
Well, now things are way bigger than the Empire State Building. I mean, the Burj Khalifa's how tall?
Well, yeah, in Dubai, Empire State Building is still somewhat up there. I think it's like a top 50 building in the world.
Burj
in the
Khalifa
world, or
height.
in the U.S. I think.
Wiz Khalifa height. That's almost 3,000 feet.
Yeah,
27,
it's the tallest
22.
building in the universe.
What I'm saying is like it's over twice as tall.
Yeah,
as the Empire State
Building. That's like
Building
they
now.
built that building just for the sake of being tall.
I can't believe the Statue of Liberty is only 150 feet tall.
Maybe is it that it's smaller than? I really thought the like fact was that it was so much bigger than you thought it was, because like it's out there on the horizon.
I think
and then as you
it's-
get
I
closer,
think
it's like holy cow, it's massive.
I feel like it's
but 150 feet's puny.
150 feet if you're standing underneath it is very big, but it's not. It's definitely. I mean, imagine.
Clearly it's not 1,200 feet. I know that
Yeah,
now.
I
Oh,
can
it's
imagine
not.
like seeing that and thinking like it's the size of a skyscraper.
But it's so far away. That's where my mind was. It was like it's so far away
Like,
out in the water
imagine if you're
that's what makes it
you-
look so small.
I'm actually just picturing that. Like if you were standing underneath a skyscraper-sized Statue of Liberty, like that would be the craziest thing ever.
I've been to the Statue of Liberty too, but I was a little kid, so that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Because it probably did feel that big. to me.
Yeah.
I just remember thinking it was massive, and they said some type of fun fact.
I've just seen it like from the
Dang.
city thing.
There you have it. The
you
guys
have it.
got close.
Not really.
Nope.
Wait, our only reason we got close is we had one other building reference point.
Yeah.
That was the only reason we got
You
close.
took your shot. Well, I'll once again say I think the Gateway Arch was very difficult, and you had a decent guess. And then your second one,
I was half as tall.
you had a very good reference though on the second one, and then you just happened to go the wrong direction. If you had gone a little shorter, you would have been right on.
Well, the
it.
other thing was we didn't know the distance of any holes.
Your whole distances were very close to your guesses every time.
Well, no, the 700, we were trying to guess 700, we
got
guessed 790.
That's not too bad.
Well, when the 150 feet, 90 feet's a massive difference. If it would have
True.
been 700 feet, we would have had it.
Hey,
we would have been
you guys were
145
close.
off.
You guys were close.
145 versus 100.
All you had to do was guess
P240?
P2 hole 3, and you would have won. You just-
Yeah, yeah.
We needed Silas to know, like, oh, Statue of Liberty is 150 feet. I know this.
Oh, I don't.
You were supposed to be the history buff.
I've just seen it from afar.
Have you guys ever seen the fake Statue of Liberty? There's like a second one.
Isn't it
It's in
like
France.
Italy or something?
No, that you're thinking of. Well, there might be one there too, but I think there is a smaller one in New Jersey. I know New York City is like technically almost New Jersey, but I think there's one. I think I've seen one that's like in New Jersey. Let me look this up. You look up the France one.
Wait, so the original one used to be gold?
So I
That's
believe
insane.
the situation is that
Yeah,
it
so
oxidized.
France
I
has
think
several
Oh.
replicas.
Like, I
of the
think it was
Statue of Liberty.
copper.
The most famous
Okay.
is a quarter scale statue on the French words in Paris. A gift from Americans living in Paris to celebrate the centennial of the French Revolution in 1889.
I don't know
It's
what.
a quarter of the size?
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
like
Liberty
30 feet tall?
in
France sent a
USA.
second one in 2016.
How do you just ship that thing over?
Little Sisters,
150
1/16 the
foot?
size, stands on Liberty Island.
Okay.
Ellis Island. Across, so that's what you're thinking of. It's on Ellis Island.
There is another one.
It was shipped in
Okay.
2016.
The original Statue of Liberty though was like a copper bronze color, I think. Yeah, it oxidized. So it became green just by oxidizing.
It's rust.
Pretty sick. Now I do want to say, like, surely is it? I wonder if they obviously maintenance the crap out of it.
Well, yeah, you can like
Oh,
go up in it.
apparently the National Park Service
Can you go up in it
has
anymore? I don't think you can
I
anymore.
don't know. Apparently they've rejected proposals to polish away the green patina because then the oxidizing process would just start again.
Oh, you can
anyways.
still go. You can go in the Crown. It was closed when I was there. I thought they would close forever. It must have been doing something.
Oh, we gotta. I don't know if you wrote this down. Yeah, never mind. We're about to talk about it. Kale texted me about this last week, and then he just texted me again because I totally forgot to reply to him.
Yeah. The Disc Golf Pro Tour has announced they're debuting an Elite Series doubles competition at the Preserve in 2026. So basically, the Preserve Championship is going to host its first ever Elite Series tournament with a doubles format. Originally announced dates and location of the Preserve remain the same, but it's now going to be doubles. So this is taking place of the Preserve. So instead of the Preserve Championship, we have this doubles championship at the Preserve presented by Simon Line. So Simon, speaking of Simon Line, said, I've been hoping and waiting for a top-level doubles event for a long time. I love doubles. It's been a big part of my disc golf experience. Coming up in Germany, there's always a doubles event the day before every tournament, and the format truly brings out the most fun and exciting disc golf I've ever seen. I can't wait to be a part of the event next year and to work with Kale and the Disc Golf Pro Tour team to get the Preserve ready to host some top-level doubles. Jeff Spring said, in designing the first ever DGPT Elite Series doubles event, we wanted to highlight formats that were both immediately recognizable and capable of showcasing elite doubles play. Best Shot's a format that everyone knows and loves. It's a familiar, fan-friendly, and sets up some incredible scoring opportunities. And for the final round, we'll shift to an alt shot format where every shot matters and mistakes can be costly. Players need to develop a plan before the round and make strategic shift in how they approach the course on the decisive championship Sunday. So rounds 1 and 2 will be best shot. Round 3 will be alt shot, where teams assign which partner will tee off on each hole prior to the round, with each player required to take exactly 9 tee shots. No player may tee off on more than 2 holes in a row. That's actually interesting. They don't alternate. And the 9-9 split must be met by the end of the round. After the tee shot, player alternate throws. Other partner takes second shot, blah, 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 blah. So first, thoughts on that before we get into the negative side, I think, which is the points and classifications.
Yeah, I think so. The idea itself, when I first heard it, I was like, okay. I think what actually saves this and makes it quite interesting is the fact that the players declare their teams. And the idea, what will make this event the most successful to me is if there is a team that is like a super team and like has like a couple years of success, and then it becomes this thing of like, who is going to form a team that can beat this team? And like each year you're like, oh, so-and-so switched up. Like, they got a different partner for it this year. Like, I think that actually becomes the most interesting part of this, is seeing how the teams form. Because, like, in theory, I mean, you could have some teams that are just such fun storylines. And also, are manufacturers going to pressure their players to team up with each other? Probably.
I don't know. Maybe,
or like, I mean, I think that's where this becomes the most interesting. And as long as that gets people to watch, the event itself should be fun, because I mean the scoring will be ridiculous.
Especially at the Preserve.
That is going to be the one thing, is like, are they just all going to shoot 18 under?
The best shot, you would think.
Because like they might be a ton of people that shoot 18 under until it gets
close. Because the Preserve's already a low scoring.
Like
tournament.
I will say that could be a fear of this, is at the Preserve, will it not matter until alt shot? Like will you have just so many people?
Probably won't matter
within
anyways,
because
Gannon last year went 11, 16, 15 in singles. This is the tournament where he ran away from the field. But 11, 16, 15 in singles.
Yeah.
So like the 16, he's for sure shooting 18.
Yeah.
The 16
Well,
under.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I would bet like in like a top 5 doubles teams, there might be 2 strokes between them. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
Which, I mean,
nothing.
it's going to be electric to watch.
It will be an interesting style of golf.
What do you think is the
best team?
Well, I guess realistic super team, and which team do you want to see happen the least?
Realistic super team, because I don't really think Gannon and AB will team up, because like
that's what I'm saying. Like that would be the most OP, but I don't think that would happen.
That would be frightening. I mean,
because Gannon's probably going to pair up with one of his boys.
Well, what's funny is, like Gannon and Gavin would be a very good team. What's funny is, like, even AB and James, like, just because when you add in doubles chemistry, like, those two guys that are uber talented, even though James isn't as dominant, that would be a very good team. Paul and AB would be an insanely good team. I would say their putting would be the telling thing, but in doubles, like, all those teams are making everything. So, like, Paul and AB would probably be that would be a sick team to watch, and a really good super team.
The only team I don't want to see happen is Paul and Rick. I couldn't stomach it.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
I couldn't stomach it.
Team I couldn't do it. Team I wouldn't
Connor
want to see.
Connor might punch the air.
Honestly, what I wouldn't want to see is like
that's the whole reason I asked the question, is because Paul and Rick.
Like a really good player not be able to get a good teammate. Like that's what I don't want to see.
Or well, what if it's
like Sully and Radalin would be a sick team.
That'd be good, yeah.
There is like this event is fun, and like that's what I'm saying. Like if players like stick together, and then after like a couple years, like, oh my gosh, they traded partners, like they switched up teams, like it could be an interesting thing. It's fun. It's different.
This
I like
is where
it.
I don't like it.
Yeah, this is where I don't like
it. Is the doubles championship will award points to the 2026 World Standings. Why?
Yeah, this doesn't make
I
any
think
sense.
that's just like that. Is it just? I guess just if it's an exhibition event alone, players
to
won't
get people
care.
to show up, yeah.
Because the other thing too, I mean, so essentially, let's talk points for a second. How it's going to work is they're going to use an adjusted point distribution for doubles play. So instead of full singles points being awarded, each winning will combine the half. So essentially, it'd be like if Trevor and I won. It would be like they take the first place points of 150, the second place points of 125, add them together and divide them. So instead of getting 150 points for a win, you get 137.5 points for a win. This is like what genuinely could happen is Gannon Burr teams up with Alden Harris, and this is the difference maker that Alden gets into the Tour Championship over someone who had a decent season.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, if you are a fringe guy,
you better hitch yourself to a wagon,
dude. I'm sending you like cards and chocolate to try and get you to be on my team. It's like this is gonna be like promposal season.
Like, I hate that this awards points.
Yeah.
I will
say this: if it were a different, like I do think like if they're like unless there's a bunch of money, like you have to do it to get people to show up, but it does suck.
No, you just don't have to do the event. If it's that or nothing.
I'm just sold in. I like the event now, so
I like the event idea.
You know what? If it happens, like I'll just get mad at it. So
also, it's a tour card thing, right? So it can just be as simple as the Disc Golf Pro Tour saying, "Hey, tour card players, you have to choose one exhibition event to participate in. So you can choose doubles, you can choose match play or all star. Your choice.
It's your choice.
Like I mean that." What you got the tour card? You don't have to do points to make people come.
Doubles
force them to come. And once people are there playing doubles, they're gonna have fun. And then it gets even worse because it's gonna count as Elite Series win on people's history. This means if a player has 10 Elite Series wins and a Pro Tour Doubles Championship, the tour will recognize that player as having 11 total Elite Series wins, with 10 in singles and 1 in doubles.
Yeah, that's gross.
What are we doing?
So close.
Gannon Burr teams up with. Like, this is going to be someone's first Pro Tour win, possibly. Aaron Gossage, first Pro Tour win, was the doubles championship. Ricky Wysocki breaks his streak. He's back with the doubles championship.
Hey, imagine if they had made it. When's the doubles major coming into play?
Like, I mean, guys, what are we doing? What are we doing?
It does seem like an
elite. This is an Elite Series win. Why on earth? Like, why they're working with the PDGA to make sure that no, it's not an Elite Series win. I don't like. Sometimes stuff like this happens, and I'm like, what brain cells did someone forget to turn on this day when they were like doing this?
Where is this in the schedule? Because I know they moved it. It's in August.
It's in August.
Where does that squeeze? Like I'm trying to think. Like, was this really necessary to get people there? Were people going no matter what? Because usually Minnesota is a tough ask.
2 weeks before Worlds. You have the Discmania challenge. No, people were going no matter what. I feel like.
I don't know.
Well, maybe not no matter what, but like
not no matter what.
But you are
going
Discmania challenge August 9th. Then you have August 14th, the Pro Tour, or the doubles, through the 16th, and then you have 10 days off before Worlds starts.
Yeah, I mean, nobody needs that much Worlds practice. It would only be if they were trying to rest themselves before Worlds, but yeah. I mean,
10 days off.
It shouldn't have been that hard of a
But like
sell.
Also, if I'm trying to rest myself and I'm a good player, the points doesn't incentivize me at all. It's actually going to take points away from me, most likely. Because it's like, if I'm a good player, I can come 5th any week. So now I have to like average it out with 5th and 6th.
I can't wait to see these teams. That's what I'll say.
I was excited about the event, and then I read those two things where it's going to count as a player's overall elites. This is just like silver events, right? Where someone be like, "Oh, this player has a Pro Tour win." I'm like, "No, they don't. They have a silver event." It's going to be the same thing. It's like
we'll know.
I know, but like history book, years and years down the line, they're going to be like, when he retired, he had 45 Elite Series wins. Like, yeah, but 7 of them he won 7 in a row.
He was
doubles
dominant
event.
in doubles. Let's petition Statmando right now. Do the right thing, Statmando. Make Elite Series doubles.
No, that is. It's a separate thing. But this is what they're saying. 11 Elite Series win, and then it's going to be delineated 10 in singles, 1 in doubles. I'm just making
sure like I won in Statmando them to
I want it not to say an Elite Series win.
Listen, man, I'm just trying to work with what we got.
I'm fine with it being an Elite Series doubles
You're
win.
heat checking because you got the European Open and come back.
No, I'm using logic. The same thing I did for the European Open. We're using logic.
I agree, but it's already been done.
We think with our logical brains on this show, and then we try to get the people in disc golf who use their illogical brains to make decisions to come back using their logical
Here's their
brains.
logic, because they are using a logic. This one may be a little worse, but for the points, their logic is we need players to show up to this event. The only way they will is if we offer points in an Elite Series win. We have to do this to get players to show up. That's their line of logic.
Then, hey, here's an idea. If your event can't draw the people, don't do it. How about that for a line of logic?
There's a line of logic.
Pretty simple. Or like I said earlier, if it's we have to have players there, you got this thing called a tour card, and it's say, hey, if you're an active tour card holder, you have to play either in the match play championship or in the doubles.
Mutiny.
Either one.
They should
one
just
or
take
the
the
other.
money they were going to put towards the match play thing, put it at this.
Well, I mean, it has an Elite Series purse because it's the preserve, so like that should be something also. Like you do have to split it.
You got to split it.
Well, but not really because you would just take first and second, add it together, and split it.
If that's how they do it. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how they do that.
I mean, the points I can get over because I think that's dumb.
Oh, I think
it's really dumb.
The points is way worse than the wins thing.
No, the Elite Series win is the worst to me.
Because the points are actually going to matter.
Well, but the Elite Series win's affecting history. Long term.
But like you said, like
both are dumb.
All it takes is for you to look and say, oh, but these much were in doubles.
But it's
like
will articles do that?
The points are worth exactly the same.
I'm saying, will articles do that when it's written about 5 years from now and they're just saying, oh, this is an Elite Series
If they have
win.
integrity. But I'm just saying, like, the points are just cut and dry the exact same value. Like, there's no clarify this, clarify that. And that will be, like, in the scenario that somebody gets dragged into the Tour Championship because of a win. Because the difference, if you're, like, in that 30th position.
Well, let's just look at it
The difference of having a win on your resume, that could be worth,
now,
like, 5 events.
One good thing they did do is this win won't automatically get you in.
It is funny. That's
so
what
they
drew
did do
the
that.
line.
They drew the line there.
Right there.
But like, let's look at 28th to, like, Jake Mon was 12 points outside the Tour Championship cut line.
Well, and also his total points were under 800, and he could get 130 of them in one fell swoop. Like that amount of chunk of points on your season as one of those fringe players, it can like get you right in.
Well, because the preserve, so Matteo would have 36 less points if the preserve didn't exist. So let's just find a player where, well, I guess let's just find a player. I mean, the guys below him are around the same. Okay, so 137 points, right? That would be, Zach Nash would essentially get in. So from 38th, 10 places.
Yeah.
If they won this event, would get into the Tour Championship
it's over. Huge jump.
And, like, again, all that has to possibly happen here is, like, these are good players, right? Like, if Austin Turner paired up with AB, which could happen, that's a realistic one, too. Now you have a guy in 31st with a very good chance at winning who is now on the outside of the Pro Tour Championship, now on the inside. Like, we don't see a problem here? Am I the only one that sees the problem here?
They don't see a problem here.
I just don't get it. Like, guys, why? It shouldn't award points. It should not be an Elite Series win. I don't feel like that's too much to ask. It's a great event. I'm very excited to watch it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Should not award points. Should not be an Elite Series win.
I think that what's going to happen is they felt they had to do this to get people there the first year, but I think after a year or two, they'll drop the points in the.
Are they going to like retroactively pay the people that didn't get $2,000 for making the tour finale, or no? Oh. Okay.
Listen, I'm not the Pro Tour here. I also
think
think it's a bad idea.
Are they going to take away the Elite Series wins from the players? That
You're
did them
yelling
here?
at me. I also think it's a bad idea. Bad idea. I wouldn't have done it.
Now, here's something they could do. Let people register. Then 2 weeks before, come out. We're changing it. Points aren't going to happen. Elite Series wins aren't going to happen. You're already registered. That's a little bit morally questionable, but if we want to go that route, maybe the Pro Tour's thinking that far ahead. Maybe they're a few steps ahead of me.
No take-backs.
I don't know. Maybe they go there. But, like, I love the event. I think it's a lot of fun. It's just this article would have been great if it stopped after the forming doubles team section, but then they added a points and win benefit and record keeping section, and it's like, okay, well, what are we doing there?
Maybe doubles is the future. Maybe our sports heading in that direction.
No, I do think
Can't wait for doubles worlds.
I do think that having manufacturers be teams throughout the course of the season, F1 style, where you have the singles race winners and then you have the team. I do think that model could really do something for disc golf. But
I think most of these teams we're going to see in this doubles will be manufacturer teams.
I don't know. I think the Robinson brothers will team up. I could see.
It's just like if I'm a manufacturer and you have a good option, I'm like, hey, man, like team up.
I don't think I could see Calvin teaming up with like Zach Melton.
I could see all of these things. I'm just saying if I were the manufacturer, especially if you're Discraft, you're like, guys, you're gonna be teammates with one of our super players. Like we have a million.
If you're Discraft, Discraft wouldn't do this, But if I am like a Discraft or Enova or someone like that, I'm looking at my guys who are a little bit down the list, like my Andrew Presnells. And I'm saying if Presnell's still on the Elite Series team, I'm saying, hey, AB, you're teaming up with Andrew Presnell. This is going to help him get into the Elite Series finale.
Yeah.
This is going to help him get into the finale.
Could be.
Paul Macbeth, you're teaming up with Austin Turner.
Maybe they'll do it like a Dirty Santa this year.
I'm saying like that. if I'm these manufacturers, that's what I'm looking at. Is I'm licking my chops, saying this is how we can get our guys on the fringe possibly into the finale.
Could be done.
Get them a nice payday. I'm making these teams have to be that way.
Could be done.
That just ticks me off, man.
Got to fire it up.
All right, we have to have a little. I'm a data man, so I got to update the data here. Disc Golf Fanatic poll update, because there's some interesting points that have come out. First off, Putt and Approach Disc Poll had a total of 1961 votes. We now know how many participants were in it.
Oh.
Big number there, right? 1,961 votes.
That's funny.
Only 668 participants. So now the question turns to who loved the Chief and rigged this poll? Because all it took is one guy to take it 67 times.
It is very funny to think that, like,
I thought about it. I didn't have enough time last night to go take this poll, however many times it took for the Chief to be the number one. Like, it would have been like another 200 times. But, like, how funny would it have been to come in and be like, Trev, look, the data, man. It was just me on my couch last night.
At this point, I mean, it's out there now.
Well, Gateway has also reached out and said that they believe that Shaman sales are somewhere in the 40-1 over Chief sales, which would allude to this data being very, very falsified. Disc Golf Fanatic also posted in our Discord, and he ran this same poll back in 2021, and he had 977 votes from 977 participants. So each participant was only able to vote once.
Did he actually have more than like a tiny amount of putters?
Well, again, he had a lot of putters on this first one. He had like 50-some. He was missing a few of the ones that you called out, like the Cash and the Shaman. This makes sense. Again, we're talking, this is 4 years ago, so we're talking 2021 disc golf. So tides have turned a little bit, but the Envy led, the Zone was second, the Pig was third, the Berg was fourth, the Pure, the Harp, the Rico, the Luna, the Pilot, the Judge.
The Chief wasn't even on the list?
No Gateway was at all. Now, 2021, no, Gateway Wizard. Sorry, Gateway Wizard. I just saw him.
And where was that?
2% of the vote comes in at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
27 votes out of 900.
Yeah, out of 977. So, there you go. Data is here.
That's some good data right there. I love data.
The only thing that surprised me on this one was how high the Pig was, even in the 2021 world. Because the Envy beating the Zone...
The Pig had some motion.
Because the Envy beating the Zone in 2021 made sense, because that was like the big... Like, MVP was really starting to make some noise. So, okay, that I can get there.
That entire list makes sense. I would say
the
even
Pig being that high...
still being that high is kind of interesting.
But, because that would have been the Ricky Pig days. Yeah, the Harp being high is interesting. The Rico, I remember the Rico was popping off back then because I bagged a Rico at that point too. I'm not saying I'm the reason the Rico. I'm saying the Rico had motion because I wanted to throw it. But yeah, there you go. So there's your update on Chiefgate. I was a data man. The data led me astray. But hey, there you are.
We now reject
all right,
data.
in the bag. This was actually split. It came down
to
like
the first time it's ever happened. I think didn't Twitter and Instagram go opposite?
They flipped.
Yeah, it's never happened.
But we had way more votes on Instagram, so it ended up being about a 20 to 30 vote disparity total, where Connor and Silas took down last week.
Oh, let's go!
So they led Instagram heavy, and we carried Twitter heavy, but Twitter less votes. So Connor's gone this week. But we've all agreed to allowing Tyler to substitute in for him.
I think he can do the job
over Connor. So we're gonna bring Tyler onto the set. First time ever on Grip Block.
Teammate.
Come on over.
Yeah, if Connor,
welcome to the couch.
If Connor complains, we'll just say, "Well, Silas approved it."
So it was just, yeah.
Oh, I like this. I like Tyler as my teammate.
There's consent.
What camera angle did you just switch to?
That's finally his camera.
That's me, man.
Oh, okay.
Now we can actually do.
I was just looking down, and I was like, "Did he just switch to a room cam?"
Hey man,
today's in the bag topic is disc names to use to name your kids, to name children. This was submitted via YouTube comments. Always keep commenting those down below because we got a bunch of good ones a couple weeks ago, and we still have some to do. But this was one of my favorite ones. So since we lost, we decide the order?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a bunch of good ones out there. I'm okay with letting them fire first. What do you think? Or is there one that you really want?
There's not one.
Does the loser get to pick?
Yes.
Loser always
picks the order.
Picks the order. So I'm fine with going first simply because we get 2 then. So we can take 2 we can take second, third. Boom, boom.
Right. I like taking 2, 3.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. So
Ball on us to
y'all
go
pick
first.
first.
Ball is in your court.
Tyler, do you have like a really good one or?
Is his mic off or is it just off in our ears?
Okay, talk now, Tyler.
Test.
Yeah.
Okay, he's back. Okay.
All right.
All right. Tyler's taking the first overall
You
pick.
have the good one?
The 1-1.
Yeah.
There is one really good one.
All right, I'll let you have it then.
All right. And it's just disc names, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going Grace.
Yeah. I mean, that's out there.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I love that name.
The Latitude 64 Grace.
Yeah. Grace is good.
All right,
Well, I
Trev.
wouldn't say only good. one.
I'm going to go ahead and take Jay. The
Oh,
Jay.
okay,
well,
Name
I
Jay.
had
I mean, it's just a name.
I'm gonna go with the Stokely Discs Robin.
Robin. I like that. Robin is a good name.
Cy?
All right, I'm going with the Sage from Class.
Sage. Yeah.
I have
got
a friend with the middle name Sage.
My cousin just had a baby named Sage.
Tyler?
I'm going to stay on brand here. I'm going to go with Hope.
This
Hope.
guy really just plays the hits. The
yeah,
one.
I mean, I had all these on my list.
Trev?
I'm not gonna lie. All right, let me see what is my next best one I had because I was hoping somebody else wouldn't go on to that scheme there. Where? Oh, scroll up. Oh, okay. I like this name. I don't know. See, I'm going with.
In Dark Horse.
I think this is a cool
Oh,
name.
no.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
no.
I'm going with Archer.
Oh.
I like that
threw it
name.
away.
I like that name
threw it
because I don't
away.
want to just take the names, the disc names that are just names. I don't want to do it.
All right. Well, fine. If we're going that route, then I'll do it too.
I don't
If that's what our list is going to be.
because if that's what's gonna win, they already won because they're taking all of the
well,
basic
but
ones.
there's some other very easy basic ones here.
I mean, I'm looking at your list and I think
I
there's
have
like
an
one
aunt,
left.
I have an aunt named that.
Yeah, there's one left. Take that one.
No, I'm taking this one.
What's your aunt's name? Come
No,
on.
we're not conspiring. I refuse to conspire. I'm sticking to what I was going to say, which is the Climo Discs champ.
Oh, I had that one.
Champ. Come here, champ.
That's
Fair
good.
enough.
If Archer's a name, champ's a name.
Yeah,
All right, Cy, final pick.
Archer is a name to be clear.
Archie.
Did someone say
And Archer.
I've never heard someone
Did
named
someone
Archer.
say Jay?
Bet I can find them.
Yeah,
I did.
we took the J.
Okay, I'm gonna say Jet from
Ooh.
Streamline.
Ooh, that's a good one. Because like Faith
All right.
was out there too. Like you could take the whole royal line.
Well, the other one I was
Oh,
going to take
yeah.
was the Discraft Joy.
Yeah. Joy,
my aunt's
Faith,
name's
Grace.
Joy.
Wait,
Here's the thing, though.
the
They did.
Discraft Joy?
Yeah.
Here's
new
where we
Paige
stand a
Pierce
chance,
disc.
maybe, is
Oh.
they did take a bunch of girl names. So, like, we kind of carried we went in there with some boy names, so maybe that'll help.
We'll see. I don't like our chances.
Our names are cooler, to be clear.
I don't like our chances.
They just took basic ones.
Their names are names.
So are ours.
Jay and Robin, Archer and Champ aren't names. Archer
I
and Champ are great dog names.
literally know somebody named Champ.
You know somebody
You know
named
someone
Archer?
named Champ?
Literally do. And Archer is definitely a name. It definitely is.
I mean,
Archer-
you can
Archer's
find
a good
someone
dog
named
name.
anything.
The other
Archer's
guy
a good
one
dog
I was
name.
thinking was Mako. I feel like that'd be a good one.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's definitely out there.
I had Draco as one.
Like I just found I immediately found a Reddit article.
wait, no.
They said
You know
Archer's
what
their
I
top
had?
pick. It's their top pick for a boy name.
should've
It's a
picked this
gender-neutral
one.
name of French, Latin, and English origins, meaning bowman. Well, we know what it means.
Yeah, I think it's a sick name.
Archie. I've heard of Archie.
Yeah,
Never Archer.
Archie, but it's not that hard of a leap.
I had Juju on my
I mean, there's
Juju. Heck yes.
It's on all
I had,
the baby. It's on all the baby name websites. That's all I need to know.
I had Joy, Oslo, Robin, Champ,
Oslo.
Samson, Jay.
Would you ever
Oslo's a
rather-
sick name.
No, Oslo's
Oslo's a
literally
much better name
I
than
like
Archer.
that.
Disagree
It's better than Archer.
strongly.
Nah,
What?
It's better than
Oslo is a
Archer.
place in Norway.
At
Sick.
least that's something, a name.
Oslo.
Oslo's a cool name. If you want to play the baby name list, I bet
here-
Oslo's on there.
Now taking the mound, Oslo. Now taking the mound, Archer.
Is that how we're determining everything? Because then you just go with like Cannon,
Isn't that how you figured out your names, man?
Luca.
Yeah.
You think Luca was like, no.
Sounds cool.
I lost the debate, but no, it's not how we figured him out.
Yeah, it's how you wanted.
Oslo's in
how you wanted
a
to
bunch
choose
of
a baby
them.
name.
Oslo's on all of these, Trev.
Oslo, no.
Look at it. Look at this. Mom Junction, Nameberry, Data YZE, Parenting Patch.
Yeah, Archer
Baby
was
Center.
on all those
They
too.
love Oslo. Well, now we're arguing from the same thing because you said Oslo wasn't a name.
No,
so
I
if Archer's a name, Oslo's a name.
Oslo is a name. I absolutely believe it's a name.
Yeah.
I don't like it as much. I think it's because I mean it's just a place in Norway.
Just a place in Norway. Have you seen Oslo?
Have you?
Oslo's
You're
sick.
about to see it for the first time.
Look at this place.
Yeah,
Look at this place.
There it is.
No,
the
you
first
think I've
time.
never seen Oslo?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, no, I don't think you've never seen it. I think you hadn't seen it until about 5 seconds ago.
Really? My
Yeah.
brother went to Oslo a few years ago.
Did he?
Yeah.
No wonder you love the name so much.
No, it's just a
Sounds
look
like
at
your
this
brother
place,
saw
Trev.
it.
The pictures from Oslo are insane.
Scandinavia is cool. Newsflash. Have you ever been to
Newsflash
Archer?
to you, apparently.
Have you ever been to Archer?
No. What's it look like?
Beautiful place. It's in Maine.
Is it?
Please.
Marshall F. Archer.
I love-
Archer as a last name makes sense.
I love them.
Archer as a last name makes a lot of sense.
Whatever. It's our poll. It's out there and it's beautiful.
Archer's on the Pier is a restaurant.
We need to start picking topics that are play to our strengths more. We're getting too creative with these. And by we, I mean me. I picked it.
I mean, we had it in our freaking.
I mean,
we had it in
it's
the
a-
bread
no,
basket.
I don't-
We had to take
fair
Joy in
thing.
Oslo. We probably win.
I disagree. I think
took Archer and Champ.
I think we were cooked once they took all of the Royal Line ones because those are just the most common names.
Well, he took Grace, and your next pick was Innova J when it could have been Latitude 64 Hope.
J is just as common as Hope. J and Hope are really. You don't think J is as common as Hope?
You were the one that was saying we're cooked because they took the names, and then I try to feed it to you, and you say no.
No, because they kept
not
taking.
cooked.
They kept taking
conspiring.
them.
Oh no, we weren't conspiring. We're post-conspiring.
Now
post-
you are,
it's
but you
post-spiring.
were on the edge of
Pre-spiring.
I was on the edge of conspiring, and then I said no. I got to stop. I got to go with my original gut.
He
which
did
is why I
take
went
the
to
one
Champ.
that he went with. Yeah,
I went with Champ because Trevor's trying to get me to go with Joy.
Maybe we'll win.
Probably not.
I think Joy is probably better than Champ.
I agree.
I think we can all agree that.
All right, with Silas Selects time,
Oh,
no one in that seat has ever gotten it. We'll see if Tyler can break the curse. It would be
Like a
legendary.
jump scare.
It would be legendary. So we basically, there's a disc in this bag, Tyler, is how it works. So you just say any disc, and Silas selected it.
Silas is
So you
also
try to
never
get in the
gotten
brain
this
of
out.
I got
Silas.
it.
Okay.
We just said a lot of disc names, you know. He was thinking of baby names before he went out there. So would he have taken one on his list, or would he have taken one not on his list? Something
No,
to
he
think
would
about.
never would have taken something that he was gonna pick. No way. That'd be crazy.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
with the
that'd be
Prodigy
crazy.
M5.
I was thinking that.
That was on my baby list.
Dang it.
M5. Come here, M5. Come here, Emmy. I'm gonna take the Millennium Omega 4.
Do we have that out there?
Yep.
Okay. Tyler, what do you think's in this bag?
I'm gonna say it's a Discraft Cicada.
Cicada.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought it was one of those swirly cicadas. Or that's a cigar.
A construct. We're done.
Sauce, bro.
Thought
You're
space
freaking.
construct.
You're getting too.
Y'all are never
You're
getting
getting
it
too
ever
cute with it, bro.
again.
Isn't it more satisfying when you pick something like a rock and we all miss?
Yeah.
Like it's way
No,
so
that's
like you need to
satisfying.
get back in the game, dude. You're going with these
I'm in the
random
game,
molds.
and you just
Construct,
need to do
man.
better.
Dude.
I feel completely content because we've won at some point. I won't feel on edge until Connor gets it, and then I'm level with Connor again. I have to get it another time, or Connor has to get it twice before we catch you.
It's a miracle.
Maybe.
So-
It's a miracle.
Never mind.
These mics are
I'm
gonna
not gonna
pop
say that.
so loud when somebody gets it.
Oh, yeah.
You can bet your bottom dollar.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gents. That wraps up this week of Grip Lock. We'll be back next week to
Black
tell
Friday,
you
Black
about
Friday,
whatever
Black Friday,
happens.
Black Friday,
But
Black Friday,
yeah,
Black Friday.
FoundationDisc.com is where you want to be Friday, 5 p.m. We'll see you there.